Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing our February Happy Valentine's Day love readings for both couples and singles, astrological signs, all 12. So I am excited to just dive right on in and do this reading for you here. So let's get started. Hello Cancers, this is Kim, and we are doing your February monthly love reading for both couples and single Cancers. And let's go ahead and get started. We're looking at the love forecast for Cancer. What are the energies Cancers will be working with, or what advice or wisdom do you have for Cancer? Coupled and single. Okay, so the first card that jumped was Shadow Self. And then these jumped out together. Seek. And then Radiate. So mind you, this is questions pertaining to love. So this is all pertaining to love. So we could look at this, the shadow card. Here, let me see if I can scoot this up. Okay, the shadow card or shadow self is saying maybe this was a time in the recent past that you were working on some aspects of yourself that wasn't pleasing to you or to your partner if you're in a relationship. And now you sought answers to fix and remedy some of those issues you saw in yourself. And then now you're at a time of radiance. It could be for some Cancers in that moment. This also could be a future moment for some Cancers where you will be entering a season in February where there's going to be something that happens, maybe an argument with a loved one or with your partner, or something will happen where emotions will come up and stir up that you're surprised at about yourself. And it causes you to take a look at yourself and take a look at the kind of relationship that you really want in your life. Because right now it's just not clicking with you for some reason with your partner, or if you were trying to date out there for our single Cancers, it's just not, the people that are coming your way are not resonating. And sometimes it's even causing you, I guess kind of just discomfort, dis-ease, not like disease, but dis-ease, like you're just not at peace. So for February, there's going to be some time for some Cancers to do a lot of introspective work. And this tells me the Seek card is that you're actively seeking to gain insight, to gain more knowledge about who you are as a lover, who you are as a person, and how you can be a better person. There's going to be a lot of self-work for February for Cancers, both coupled up and both singled. So that's interesting. And towards the middle to the end part of February, Cancer will find themselves having a very radiant month in love. For the coupled up ones, they'll find that they are being supported by their partners, that they're being lavished with gifts by their partners are just being really attentive and caring. And then for the single Cancers, we will find ourselves, going on multiple dates, or just, if not dates are happening, just multiple potential people that could be blossoming into relationships like in March or April. So there's some budding opportunities for Cancers towards like right around Valentine's Day on forward to the end of February. So that's the general overall energies for February for Cancer. All right, Spirit, now we are looking for the overall romance energies for both singled and coupled up Cancers for February of 2018. What do you have to say to us about this month and about any guidance from the tarot? It's like this. Okay. So the first card for sure that jumped was the Tower. The Tower came, and just like the Oracle, the Dear Heart Oracle, we have the Shadow Self. Something is going to happen that's going to turn everything kind of on its head, just like a tower moment where you see the lightning bolt striking this particular tower and causing pieces to break off, and things will never be the same. So maybe there was an argument with a loved one that happened, maybe an upset at your job, even maybe loss of employment for some people. Maybe your partner had a loss of employment, or something that happened that just really turned your world upside down, or in a way that you really had to start doing some shadow self work, some soul searching. So in terms of love for coupled up Cancers, all of those things could be at play, which is of course impacting the relationship. And for our singled Cancers, that could all those things that I mentioned just before could be at play, and you're just trying to navigate that and trying to really look at who you are as a person as a result of this event that happens at the beginning of February, and then you kind of move on. It could also have happened maybe at the end of January going into February, but nevertheless, you're still standing, just as this particular tower, standing strong. Yes, it's turbulent emotions, turbulent things going on around you and inside of you, but you're still standing, and you seek to find the answers. Because I say that, this mirrors this seek. The Merlin, which is the Hermit in the traditional tarot system, Rider-Waite-Smith, seeks the answers within. Cancer, you're invited to go within to seek some of the answers to why things are happening the way they are in your relationships, or why you keep attracting the same kind of partners. Those answers are within, but you have to spend some time with yourself, some quiet time. It's difficult when you have a family. It's difficult when you're working full time. But the Hermit card is just as the Tower. These are energies that are pretty much fixed per se. They won't change, but you knowing this information can work around this. Whereas like the minors, what we call like the Nine of Cups, those are energies that you will be able to work and manipulate and manifest through. But you will find yourself kind of compelled to pull within in February, to kind of pull away from others for a little while and do some introspection, even pulling away from your partner if you're coupled up. But it is necessary, and it is good, and you will be grateful for it, because once you emerge again, ready to be social, you will feel a deeper connection with yourself. And as a result of that, a deeper connection with your partner. And then finally, we have the Nine of Cauldrons, or Nine of Cups. And let me give you a good look of the other cards, the Merlin. This is the Celtic Tarot in the Tower. The Nine of Cups tells me that at the end of the month or at the end of the day, you will be sitting pretty, kind of, sitting back at the end of the month of February, looking back and saying, wow, yeah, it started kind of turbulent, tumultuous even, but now it's ending with me feeling strong, vibrant, happy, fulfilled. Could there be maybe one little area in my love life that could be improved upon? Yes, but overall, I'm radiating. I am radiant with happiness, with joy, with connection with my partner, with connection with a potential mate that just came into my life that I met maybe online or, at the grocery store. So things are really coming together in my love life beautifully. So at the beginning of February, it kind of starts a little bumpy for Cancers, both single and coupled up. But by the end of February, you'll be sitting nice and pretty. Nice and pretty. Okay, so let's look at some outside or inside influences that could be affecting Cancer. Okay. All right, so the first card that jumped was Healing from the Past. And Adult Children. I use these cards because there's always going to be things outside or inside of us that are impacting our love life, either positively or negatively. Not negatively, but just, in a way that's not favorable. So it's important to know these factors for the month, because then you'll recognize them and be able to say, aha, I won't overreact to this. I'm going to calm down. Or, oh, this is the gift that I remember from my reading. So healing from the past. And for this one, I'm going to read the guidebooks here. Let's see, healing from the past. This card comes to you because there's a recurring pattern that stems from hurt feelings in your past. It's time for you to change this pattern by facing and healing emotional pain. You may feel tired of revisiting the same issues, yet believe that there's no other way. Additional meanings: facing your feelings, forgiveness, healing work, leadership and activism, releasing emotional and physical weight, donating old items. Wow. Healing from the past. And I think we mentioned that earlier, checking into why these cycles keep happening in your relationships or why you keep attracting the same kind of person. There's some healing that needs to happen. So definitely spend some time journaling, spend some time, meditating, and then the answers will just come as you do that hermit type of activity. Let's see. And then we have adult children. Adult children may be affecting your life or love life. Okay, so this card comes to you because of changes involving your children who are now grown. Usually, it signals that an adult child has moved away from home, is getting married, or is off at college with other family members. Regardless of the circumstances, this change is eliciting strong feelings of grief as the parenting part of your life now shifts. You drew this card because there's a void that needs to be filled with new, meaningful projects and activities. In some cases, this card means that you are the once child who is now grown. Perhaps you or your family still sees you as a child or adolescent. In these cases, you are being guided to view yourself as a responsible adult and to work with your family to view you that way as well. Additional meanings, perhaps a child who acts mature beyond his years, or planning for your child's future. Adult children living in the home could definitely affect some Cancers for the month of February. Even if they're not living in the home, adult children could definitely be affecting a relationship, whether it's the adult children keep borrowing money or needing and taking money, or the adult children are, doing things that you don't agree with and that in turn you and your partner don't agree with, or you yourself could be the adult child trying to assert some independence from your parents. So that dynamic will be definitely affecting Cancers for the month of February. So that's just to be on the lookout for that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to look at the sexual, sensual energies for Cancer for the month of February. There's one that already jumped. Let's see if any others jump. It did. Grab that one. That's the second one. Can't even reach it. Okay, sorry guys. So the first cup that had jumped was the Sage of Cups, which is like the King of Cups in traditional tarot. And then we have Time. I'm gonna need to look that one up, guys. I'm like, it's late. So I want to make sure I get that. Maiden Crone, the Wheel. How beautiful. Interesting. Oh my gosh. The Wheel. Threw me. Anyways, okay. Well, what I will say for Cancers for the month of February is there's going to be definitely a lot of love making, a lot of sensual connections, a lot of emotional connection with partners. The Sage here, or the King of Cups, is a master of the emotions. Is the captain of the ship that's riding over the emotions, or the waters, the seas of emotions. And so for many Cancers, whether you're in a relationship or not, there's going to just be a sense of a high sense of connection with partners, or even just with friends and with other relatives. And so it's going to bleed into your love life, and it's going to make your connection in the bedroom really strong and deep for February. And then for those who are not like in a relationship, just flirting is going to be easy for you to receive and to do with others for February, whereas for some of you it may have been challenging. It will come to you easily, and so that will cause people to be attracted to you. Cancers, single Cancers, they will want to just ask you out or take you out. Doesn't matter. They're going to want to be around you. So that's cool. And then the Wheel, you're going to experience the whole cycle, or the whole emotional cycle, if you will, for February. You're going to start off with some shock and awe in the beginning of February. A little bit of, so you're not going to really be doing much love making in the beginning of February because of something that's stressful. But over time, as you do that shadow work, that focusing on your inner self, that seeking the answers, you will start to have this carnal desire to connect with another human being, with your partner, or with, if you're not in a relationship, with someone else. And so if you're single, you will find yourself at the end of the month where, whereas before at the beginning of the month, you weren't really feeling like being around people. At the end of the month, you will be. You'll be, all of your senses will be heightened, all because of the inner work that you did. And it's a beautiful thing. I see this card portends a beautiful orgasmic energies for Cancers. in February. Despite the shadow work, despite the tower moments, you will still be feeling quite sensual and connected. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a very beautiful thing. So let's see. Let's take a look at the Romance Angels Oracle for Cancer. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Cancer? Any other guidance, Spirit? Oh. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now the one that jumped is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Let's see. This card indicates that an ex-lover may be re-entering your life. The first person you think of is likely who it will be. The purpose of this reconciliation is to achieve healing and closure with respect to your past. You will understand more about yourself and see your relationship patterns more clearly. You'll also take responsibility for the role that you played in the relationship's drama, which will free you from the tyranny of unforgiveness. Reconciliations are ultimately about taking care of unfinished business. This card could also possibly mean making peace with a family member or friend. Each relationship is a sacred learning experience, so be open to this reunion's lessons and blessings. Ultimately, all healings help your love life and every other part of your world. And like I said, I think this card is dealing with the tower moment that it happens, where maybe you have a blow up if you're in a relationship with a partner. Well, this card, it clearly indicates you're going to reconcile, but it tells you how to reconcile and how to do this shadow work, how to work on yourself. Okay? Because, I think the event is going to cause you to take a look at your own behaviors and how everything transpired and start to really say, okay, here's my part in this. And this is how I'm going to work on myself to make sure that we are better for it after this big blow up. So this card confirms that. All right, Spirit, let's take a look at what healing work can Cancer do to help bring more love into their life in February and beyond, really, but starting in February. I'm here all day shuffling these big cards, but we're not. If nothing jumps after the third go, then something jumped. Okay, sadness. And I get the feeling this deals with the beginning part of the month, but let's see what it says. Sadness. It's easy to swallow your sadness and hide behind a fake smile. Yet sadness can open the door to your heart and help you access compassion. When you can truly allow yourself to cry and feel sorrow over the loss of a loved one, a lost opportunity, a broken heart, or a friendship that's ended, you cleanse your soul and allow your heart to heal. Crying and feeling vulnerable can be a sign of strength, which demonstrates your connection to your body. To admit weakness can allow you to know yourself, embrace your limitations, and evolve. Be willing to let go of the cold walls of protection you have created, which make you feel empty and sick. You don't need to get lost in your emotions. Just give yourself time to feel them and let them move through your whole being, cleansing and purifying your heart, body, and soul. And so what I like about this card is that, yes, you will be dealing with sadness at some points in the month of February, particularly in the beginning. But it's saying to just allow that emotion to come through, pass through, and be. Don't try to change it. Don't try to, force yourself to be happy. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. If you feel sadness over a big blow up with a loved one, or the loss of a friendship or a loss of a relationship, then feel that sadness. Because once you feel it, you're able to quickly move on from it, believe it or not. It certainly helps the process of healing happen a lot faster. And you'll be better for it, that's for sure. And then we're going to just close with a white rabbit oracle card for Cancer about love. Okay. So direction. And if you look closely, it's like women in dresses, petticoats with no heads. Which way are they going? I mean, it looks like they're facing us or not. They could be walking the other direction. It's hard to say what direction they're going. And then we have the confidence card. I love myself. So what I get from this is that at the beginning of February, you're gonna be wanting to move in a particular direction towards love, and towards self-acceptance and feeling connection. But you're not sure if you're going in the right direction, but you're just kind of moving along to get there. And then this card says by the end of February that you do get there, that you become confident after the trials and tribulations at the start of the month. And then at the end of the month, things clear away, the fog lifts, and you have the sun shining, and you're feeling beautiful, sexy, so just confident, like you've got it going on. Your partner is feeling you. If you're not in a relationship, you just feel amazing at the end of February. And that's going to be a nice, good push in spring as relationships start to blossom. For those who are not in a relationship right now, you will find yourself being in possible relationship connections in February that are going to blossom into something more as the year progresses. So this is really good. It seems like a lot of work, sure, but it's all beautiful and blossoming in such a beautiful way for you, Cancer. Well, I hope this, I'm going to shift these up here. I hope this finds you well. I wish you all many blessings for the month of February, and thanks so much for watching. Take care.